Have you ever stopped to think about how two people looking at the same exact situation can experience two completely different realities? It's fascinating and a little overwhelming at the same time. How much of our lives boil down to perspective? The lens we choose to see through determines everything. Whether a challenge feels like an obstacle or like an opportunity, whether darkness feels suffocating or a prelude to dawn. But here's the real question: how often do we stop to question our perspective? Or better yet, intentionally choose it? Now, I want to talk about something personal here, right? So recently I faced a huge setback with my business, right? I had placed an order and it turned out the person I was dealing with was not exactly good with their intentions. We lost a lot of money and the whole situation felt like a blow. Not just financially, but emotionally too, right? In that moment, I had a choice to spiral into anger, frustration, and blame, or to pause and shift my perspective. Instead of focusing on the loss, I started thinking of it as a lesson. I started to realize that this experience might have saved me from something potentially bigger, a larger fraud that could have shaken the entire foundation of what I've been building. Keeping myself grounded in that realization wasn't easy, but it reminded me that setbacks can sometimes protect us in the ways we don't see immediately. And if you've ever struggled with conflicting feelings, maybe, maybe this is something to reflect. Are you seeing the whole picture or just the shadows cast on by one side of the coin? Are you having that bird's view? This idea of perspective isn't just about guilt or personal reflection, right? It shapes every part of our lives. Now imagine that you set out to chase a big dream, right? Like starting a business or creating art, building something from the scratch, right? The hustle, the grind, everything. And every day you wake up and face obstacles, doubts, and moments when giving up feels easier. Now, from one perspective, those obstacles could mean that you're not cut for it. And you think that maybe, this isn't just something for me. Maybe I should just give up. But what if that just for a second you tried a different perspective? What if every obstacle was indeed a proof that you are growing, that you are learning something valuable, that every stumble is teaching you how to walk stronger and steadier? You see, the thing is that the situation itself does not change, but how we see it can. Darkness is not an ending, it is the quiet, sacred space before the light arrives. And dusk is only dusk because dawn is on its way. The famous saying, you cannot know the good if you don't know the bad. The beautiful and challenging thing is that the choice of perspective is always ours. No one can hand it to us. And sometimes it is indeed very hard to choose the light path when darkness feels so consuming. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. A perspective is not about denying the difficulty of a moment. It is, however, about recognizing the bigger truth behind it. And feel free to drop a thought or experience or any realization below because it could be the spark someone else has been waiting for. And what you share, no matter how small and insignificant it might feel to you, but it might exactly be what somebody else needs to hear. All right. And speaking of stories, apart from running my own business, I am also a graphic designer and a fashion designer, right? And I have had the privileges of working with brand owners to help them bring their visions to life through branding, website building, and visual storytelling. And if you are someone looking to elevate your brand or create something truly remarkable, then you can always reach out to me via Instagram, and the link is in the description below. And I would be glad to collaborate with you, who those of you who value purposeful design and creativity. Now, coming back to our topic. So, the next time you face a moment of doubt, frustration, or guilt, just pause and ask yourself, is this the whole story? Or is there another side waiting to be seen? It's never about denying reality. It's never about that you unsee what you're just experiencing. But however, it's about widening your perspective to see it all, the dark, the light, and the beauty in between. And darkness may seem overwhelming, but isn't it beautiful to realize that it's always darkest just before the dawn? And with that, I'll see you in the next video.